All right, we're doing it. We are live here on this July the 14th. I'm meteorologist Ben Peine. And thanks for popping in to Ben at 10 this morning. You can always find me right here on my Facebook page, Meteorologist Ben Peine, P-E-I-N-E, Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media on YouTube, extolmag.com/weather. We've got a new tool at extolmag.com/weather. It's a part of tornado detection we'll talk about here in just a second. Wait for some folks to get on board as well as we take a live look outside. This is your show, by the way. If there's ever something that you want included, you want us to dig something up, maybe some maps that you'd like to see, let me know about that. And it's your show as well at extolmag.com/weather. If you want some more maps provided online, let me know about this. It's all here for you. And here's a live look out there now as we see just a kind of a really low cloud out there, a gray look at where the sky kind of blends into the ground, and just a humid start across the area for today. But it is dry, at least for most across the area. We'll have a chance for a few pop-up downpours later this afternoon. I would expect, as we've seen with this weather pattern lately, once you warm up, the clouds kind of break apart a little bit. We get a little sunshine, and then a few of those clouds grow big enough that we get some showers and thunderstorms. We had a disturbance move through yesterday evening that gave us a pretty good round of some heavy rain and some gusty winds, and over 2 inches of rainfall reported in some spots. So you may still want some rainfall. I heard, parts of Bullitt County, parts of Jefferson County in Kentucky have not had a lot of rainfall, and the yard's a little bit crispy there. So we've got Beverly Hagist, almost always #1, dropping in the comments. Thanks for watching from Borden, Indiana. Always monitoring the comments, and also let us know where you're popping in from. Love to see the representation of whatever town you might be in. Ben, I love the summer, but the days are getting shorter. I like the longer daylight. You noticing it? We talked about that a lot yesterday. About a minute or two per day is what we're losing. So by less than 2 months, we'll have 2 hour shorter days. So the sun is coming up a little bit later. It's going down a little bit earlier, squeezing the daylight out from both ends. And of course, that happens for the rest of this year, basically until the winter solstice. Let me go ahead and bring up look at extolmag.com/weather. And this is a look at the interactive radar. Closest showers down around Bowling Green right now. I want to mention this. There's a storm track feature. Now, this is probably going to be, maybe later this year that you might want to use this, or in springtime especially. But there's a new tornado detection feature here on our interactive radar, extolmag.com/weather. So real-time updates every few minutes. Localized detection with tornado warned regions. And it's got about a 90% accuracy for EF2 and greater tornadoes so far. Seamlessly integrated into the radar layer, the storm track layer. So you really don't have to change any way you have used this. It's just the storm track layer. That storm track layer is right there with the cloud and the lightning strikes here. So it'll be nice to check this out when we do have some rotation. There will be a new layer that will give you more information on what's happening if there is a tornado warning. So another tool there for you right there at extolmag.com/weather when it comes to tornadic potential, we'll say. Orlean Whitlow, good morning, Ben. We've had not much rain. The garden needs it. So yeah, we've got some that are getting it, some that are not. So hopefully the ones that want the rain will get it. My yard is in good shape. We've had plenty of rainfall. Now it's going to be growing like crazy. I need the back to feel better because I threw it out. If you're watching our Extol Unfiltered at 9 a.m., we talked about that. Threw out the back last Thursday, but the weekend before I was working on throwing out the back. So I'm going to have to take it a little gingerly, but did still have a great time. Look at the crowd out there. Look at the sunset over Deer Creek, which is now Ruoff Amphitheater there in the Fishers area. Noblesville area, northeast side of Indianapolis. There's the panoramic view. I got to spend a few days out there camping, listening to some good tunes out there with family and friends. There's my wife on the left side with the Good Vibes hat, and her brother Tyler and wife Lindsay. So had a good time out there with friends Chad and Kim too, letting us stay in their RV, their camper. So all in all, just a fantastic time, despite me kind of wobbling around out there, slowly going with the bad back. All right, had a good time. Had a good time. We are back at it mid-July. Can you believe it? We're already mid-July. We're already more than halfway through 2025. You just can't slow down the time these days. All right, we're going to take a look at the radar and satellite as well as I bring this back up. Other tools at extolmag.com/weather. So that's the interactive radar. But you can see you can monitor drought status, rivers, lake levels, weather and traffic, day 1, day 2, severe weather outlook, any watches or warnings, storm reports, regional radar, and any watches or warnings. We got the weather story that I updated here today. Your 7-day forecast, which has just been posted there too. There's our live stream up right now. And if I hit refresh, we'll probably see me doing this live. So right there, and then interactive radar. So again, just a lot of tools, all free and easy to use right there for you. Another look outside here with the Falls of the Ohio Foundation camera. And it looks like just what it looks like in New Albany as we're basically looking from the New Albany and Clarksville shoreline here. Go ahead and bring this up to the full screen mode as things are still looking nice and lush and green with the trees out there. I know some of our yards, as you mentioned, might be getting just a tad bit on the crispy side. So again, if you need the rain, hopefully you get it. We're going to time it out with our high resolution weather graphics here in just a moment. Cheers with Big Happy. We got some black coffee with just a little sugar in there to get us going. Got a few more comments popping in here. John Fox, how's the back feeling? It is tight. All the muscles around it are tight. We're trying to loosen it up day by day on a couple Advil, little anti-inflammatories. We'll get there, though. I'm used to it. Teresa Logston, good Tuesday morning. Thanks for popping in here. And Mary Ellen Stewart, acupuncture works miracles. Have a great day. I've done some of that with my neck at physiotherapy here in New Albany, but I haven't tried it on the back. But I know there are some muscles that are just ready to seize up back there, which they have already. So we're working on it. We're doing all the stretches. We'll get through it. No problem. Hopefully. All right. All right. We'll get out of the full screen mode there and a quick check of the RADSAT, the radar and satellite. So kind of a very weak front over the region. It's providing some cloud cover for most of us, and the closest showers are down here around Bowling Green, Hopkinsville, Western Kentucky, and then up to the northeast of us. So we're kind of pretty quiet right now. But again, as we look at the weather model data for later today, we will see that change a little bit, which we'll do here in just a second. So get that out of full screen mode. Bringing back up some stuff here. We've got some announcements we want to tell you about. Lions Roofing, protecting your most valuable asset for a lifetime. Get free estimates there. Recommend them for sure. They are a awesome family out of Memphis, Indiana. You can call 812-294-3595. And you go to careers, and they do have this job opening still. You might see me stretch every now and again with this backache. Roofing repair technician. I could not be on the roof helping today. Be a little rough climbing up and down the ladders, but I appreciate the work they do. And again, you can apply online for that. And they worked very closely with Michael Long. We'll just say the best insurance agent up in the Salem, Bedford area, but covers all of Indiana. Can do work in Kentucky as well. So if you need some help, maybe a quote, maybe you want someone that just has your back that maybe you're not real happy with right now, call Michael Long, 812-578-3072. He's with AmFam, American Family Insurance, so you might see some of his logos on some of my content, some of the forecast there. So thanks to Michael Long for hopping on Ben at 10 and our content on Extol Weather. And again, I mentioned he was working with Lions Roofing. He and the adjuster with my mom's roof got it all worked out. It was smooth sailing, thankfully, with the damage that she had on her roof. And the communication was great as always there. Thanks to Libs Paving as well for being the top asphalt paving contractor around and for providing a whole lot of jobs and opportunities here. So if you go to careers in the upper right-hand corner, you go down, you're going to see apply now, and they continue to have a lot of opportunities here for you, maybe your family member, somebody that needs some work. You can check out all of the available opportunities right there. You can get your certification, level up your career, your life. Ivy Tech is there for you. You go to locations, Sellersburg right there. They're recently awarded an award from Indiana, the state of Indiana, for helping out the military and their families. You can learn all about the Sellersburg campus right here. Tomorrow, of course, is Tuesdays at the Tech. You can get registered for that for one-on-one help for registering for classes. So it's summer session now. August 25th is when the fall sessions begin. 42 different programs there. So there you go. ivytech.edu/location/Sellersburg. You can find out a whole lot more, again, right there. And let me go ahead and bring this one up as well. There we go. Just a reminder, if you want to become an advertising partner, a sponsor, it's a Monday, of Extol Weather, of our program here, Ben at 10, you can always just contact me, Ben at extolmag.com, Jason at extolmag.com. Learn more about what we have to offer as far as PR and marketing and just getting that word out there. Again, our Southern Indiana megaphone right here for you. So check it out. The forecast today, warm and humid. Some pop-up storms will be possible. We'll go 87 for a high. So the temperature not extreme out there with, I think, what we'll have, what's limiting us from the 90s today, I think, is some extra cloud cover and that chance for a few of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. And Janet Pierce says, looks like a lot of fun camping at the concerts. Hope for a speedy recovery on the back healing. Thank you very much. It's been a rough one. This might be top 2 of the worst back issues I've had. We'll give it about a 30% chance that rain today. This was the incoming showers and thunderstorms looking, I would say, west from around the Charlestown, Madison area. This was sent to our Indiana Skies Facebook group. Check that out, by the way. Some great pictures there. And thanks for submitting your pictures to the Facebook group. Just search Indiana Skies. It'll pop up in Facebook. Robert Fisher sent us this one. You can see that towering cumulus cloud. That's kind of, how I think the sky will be depicted later today, as well as we'll have more of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms from time to time. So thank you, Robert, for sharing that one. If we get some sun to peek through, the UV index at an 8, right around the high to very high level, but not a 10 or 11 because we have some clouds around. That's from the EPA that gives out the UV index. Anytime you get sun this time of year, you can get burned. The algae report remains low today, tomorrow, and the next day, as we have some low levels of grass and weed pollen. Some of that rain from time to time holds it down as well. So your forecast for your July the 14th, high up to 87 degrees, very warm, humid, and some of those, I'm getting tired of myself saying it, pop-up storm. It's just what it is. They occasionally just grow big enough, those cumulus clouds, that they just pop right up. 73 degrees, our low for tonight, partly cloudy. Could be some foggy spots where we've had some of that rain recently. And if we clear out in some areas, we're going to have the ingredients for some foggy areas tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's forecast for your Tuesday, July the 15th, 70s as we get going around sunrise, 85 at noon, and near 90 tomorrow with another 30 or 40% chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. So there you go. Here's the 7-day forecast starting tomorrow. We're going to go up to around 90 or so Wednesday, Thursday. Can't rule out some pop-up storms every once in a while. There we go with pop-up again. Lower 90s as we head through the weekend. Now, last week, we talked about the potential with the precipitable water and the dew points. We were looking at the Euro. We were looking at the GFS. It had a little kind of wedge of some Canadian air trying to move in. We're always right on the line. Well, boo-hoo. The muggy air is winning the battle now as we look at the long-range data. So bad news there. Sometimes when you go on a limb and you look at the long-range data, even though if there's a strong signal for it, even the Climate Prediction Center started to latch onto that and then backed off of that solution. So If you like the muggy weather and the pop-up storms, this is what we're going to have for quite some time. So I'll own up to it. I was hoping for it, but it's still long range, and it's probably not going to happen. It's 10:15 now. Usually around 10:20, we start to dig into that weather model data, which we will here in just a 1 second. So cheers to you guys for hopping on Ben at 10 this morning, or if you're watching that replay, I see you in the comments as well. Thanks for tuning in. All righty. I may be watching some of the replay. Sometimes I cut up a shorter version of the forecast and drop it on the Extol weather on Facebook, so you don't have to go through all the things. Lillian Lasley, good morning. 87 already at the house. Yeah, I didn't bring up, let me take that off and bring this one up. On our interactive radar here, you can go down and check out the temps. So plop it on those temperatures here. We're in the mid to upper 70s, maybe 77, Lillian. That's a little warm out there. Maybe later today you'll get up to that. But there's a look at the interactive radar and the current temperatures as well. You can add on the winds and all kinds of stuff. Had a lot of fun with that. And we'll go ahead and get over to the weather models right now. Here's, again, a look at the radar and satellite. Things are quiet around the region at the moment, with the showers down near Bowling Green at this time. And as we take one more live look outside before we do some digging into those weather models, it is a gray start there at the corner of Market and Vincennes. We are live from uptown New Albany right now. And the streets are dry, as we've been dry so far this morning. Again, dry but humid. All right, let's go ahead and head to the, we're going to cut there and cut us back over to here and bring up the future radar. And we'll just hope the back doesn't seize up in the meantime. Let's go with the HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh Weather Model. We're starting it off now, and it shows mainly dry conditions across the area. Putting our model into the future here. This is around 2 o'clock. It shows one little pop-up out there too. Let's go to 4 o'clock. Not showing a whole lot out there. So definitely not going to be any kind of washout today. Just, you might get that isolated shower, downpour. Random as they pop up. So not a whole lot out there. Just going about a 30% chance of that rain for today. Let's see how far we can go ahead. That's as far as that one goes. I want to show you that it looks like we do have a little disturbance that will try to move in tomorrow morning. We've got a stationary front. Riding along that stationary front, we've got this little mid-level wave, I would call it. It's enough to maybe just kind of give the atmosphere a kick and give us a chance for a few passing showers tomorrow morning. So our normal pattern is going to be afternoon, early evening pop-up downpours. But I'm seeing a little disturbance in there tomorrow morning where we might get the activity started a little bit sooner. So today is the 14th. We're going into our 15th morning right here. And so it's not a big deal. But notice here at around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, just after sunrise, it's showing a chance for a few of these showers as you look a little bit closer right there. Going a little bit later into the morning time, here's like 9, 10 o'clock. You can see just a little bit of activity across the area. 11 o'clock, noon. Here's 1 o'clock tomorrow, and then 2 o'clock, and then 3 o'clock. So tomorrow we've got a 30% chance of some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. There you can see some of that activity blossoming, especially during the heat of the day. Maximum temperatures generally around 4 o'clock or so, 4 to 5 o'clock. And there you can see tomorrow showing a little better chance than today of some of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. No severe weather is expected with this. The winds are very light. So you're missing that wind ingredient. The air is juicy. The storms can grow pretty tall and get fairly strong and get some gusty winds out of it. But generally, it's going to be a super low threat of any severe weather. And we got Vicky Berger checking the weather because I'm going to the doctor in Corden around 1 o'clock, and it should be still dry around that time. There's only a small chance of an isolated shower. Just keep pumping that AC as it is very humid across the area. Going to the NAM 3 kilometer. This is starting off tomorrow morning, just to compare and contrast the two high resolution weather models that we have out there. This is 1 o'clock. Here's 2 o'clock tomorrow. Getting into the latter afternoon for our Tuesday, and then that's when we start to see some of those pop-ups right there. So it looks very similar to the high resolution rapid refresh weather model. The NAM 3 kilometers, also a high resolution model, both very similar, mostly dry today, isolated pop-up, and then a little better chance of some of these hit or miss pop-up downpours for tomorrow afternoon. Thank you very much, Lillian, for popping in with the well wishes, with the back aches this morning. Kind of my fault, lifting things the wrong way, as usual. So with these storm chances, sometimes we wonder about the severe weather chances. So we are under no risk of severe weather today. There's a level 1 out in western Kentucky around Murray, west of Bowling Green, but even that's not a big deal. We are in the light green, which is not even 1 of 5 of the severe weather risk categories. It would be 0. It is just what's called general thunderstorms, garden variety pop-ups, so no big worry about that. Bryn, I have heard of WeatherWise. It is a nice product as well. And I might show it sometimes too. Yeah. Marilyn Webb, hope you feel better soon. Back pain can be the pits. Thanks for all the updates on the weather. You're welcome. So that's day 1 of the severe weather outlook. Day 2, severe weather threat in the upper plains there in Nebraska and South Dakota. No severe weather threat for us. And day 3, no severe weather risk for us. So looking good. Clean bill of health as far as severe weather this time of the year. That is pretty common. And then going to the Climate Prediction Center. Last week, again, the Euro and the GFS were teasing, I would say, at the chance of some cooler air trying to work into our region. Well, it looks like that's going to stay just to the north. So the Climate Prediction Center has our area right near average, which this time of the year is hot, upper 80s, low 90s. So this is through the 6 to 10 day outlook. And then the 8 to 14 day outlook shows basically at or above normal chances of above normal temperatures. So this just looks like summertime, coast to coast and almost border to border. Maybe a little cooler up around the Great Lakes, which we often expect that as well. And I was looking at the GFS, which kind of has changed its tune a little bit. It was showing some relief in some areas of the last 2 weeks of July. And now it's got the muggy air winning for the last 2 weeks of July. So kind of changed its tune and letting summer win the battle here. Let's go back to future radar. But I'm going to put on the, with the weather model data here, the GFS and the precipitable water. Again, we were looking at this for that potential relief. Red is tropical air. Red is like Florida, maybe even a little worse than parts of Florida. So all that is muggy air. Just to give you a view here, you see a lot less humidity. The northwestern, almost 2/3 of the United States, feeling better. And then muggy over the, let's just say, southeastern third of the United States under that tropical air. Included in that, of course, is us. That's mugginess right there. We're going to jump ahead. Let's go to Friday, which tomorrow is what, 15, 16, 17, the 18th is Friday. Friday afternoon. So this is what we were wanting. If you were watching last week and paying attention, there's the front giving relief over the Great Lakes, northern Indiana. But what about us? What about us? Looks like it is just not making it down. So like down to I-70, some folks in Indianapolis might get a little bit of that relief. So blue, yellow, feeling better. Red is soupy, tropical, muggy, steamy, sultry air that you can wear. The wall of mugginess as you step outside. So that's how close it is. That's how close the relief is. But for us, right here around the Ohio River, southern Indiana, Kentucky, looks like the heat is winning this battle. I'll go ahead to Saturday the 19th. And it just got worse. Oh, there you go. You got to love the weather around here. This is the 20th, so this is going into Sunday. Look at how close these little wedges of dry air are. So right there. We'll go into what, Monday? Is that the 21st? No luck. No go with the refreshing air. What is this, Tuesday the 22nd? Muggy air going north. Pushing it all back into Canada there. I believe the 23rd would be next Wednesday. Muggy air almost has me speechless. Let's see how far this bad boy can go out. This is 300 and I'll go 378 hours to July 29th. So a little more than 2 weeks out. Muggy air, muggy air, muggy air. So not much good news there if you're looking for some relief. Hoping that AC continues to work. My HVAC AC unit thermostat went out. So I've been trying to text the HVAC fellas to try to maybe get them out. I know they're probably very busy. I'm going to have to retext, poke them a little bit, see if they can come out. We've got an AC unit upstairs that is working. The downstairs, which does the basement and the first floor, is out. And I guess I could try to change the thermostat myself. That doesn't sound like a good idea. All right, we're moving back into the forecast here. So we're rolling along here on our Mondays, July the 14th. Thanks for tuning in to Ben at 10 as we look at a gray sky that looms over the area. Very low clouds, very saturated air. We had that rain last night, and we're not seeing much sun poke through here. Going in town, have a good day. Lillian Lasley, thanks for joining us on Extol Unfiltered at 9 and also on our Ben at 10 this morning. Appreciate you. So let me go ahead and remove that. We'll add this one back up here. Looking at your forecast. Play ball forecast. My son is doing that right now. He's got his Monday Southern Indiana junior golf right now, so hopefully he's hitting it well. 87 will go for the high today. A little bit not as hot because of the extra cloud cover, about a 30% chance or less of an isolated pop-up shower for this afternoon. There's a look at the pop-up variety that we had. I think we'll have a kind of a similar sky out there for today every once in a while. Thank you, Robert Fisher, for sharing that picture to our Indiana Skies Facebook page. So check that out if you get a chance. Let me see if I can pop that up here. Might not be able to, but just search Indiana Skies, and that Facebook group's going to pop up. You can share pictures or anything you want right there. We'll share the pictures too. So thanks again to Robert Fisher for sharing that one. UV index maybe an up to an 8 if we can get enough sunshine, but it might not quite be that high if it stays cloudy over your area. This is issued by the EPA, EPA.gov. Allergy forecast, low levels of grass and some weed pollen out there. Seeing a lot more of the weeds starting to grow in my yard. It might be time for that midsummer weed and feed. 87, the high today, very warm, humid. Few of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. No severe weather expected for us today. West-southwest wind at around 5 to 10. Our sunset at 9:06. Tonight's forecast, 73, partly cloudy. Some foggy spots will be possible as we get going tomorrow morning. Up to 10:30 with your Tuesday forecast, your July the 15th. And tomorrow morning, there might be a couple showers around, and then mostly dry midday, 85 at noon, and about a 30% chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon as we hit near 90 degrees. Looking at that 7-day forecast, it is on repeat. It's like Groundhog Day here. Every day looks the same pretty much, although it might get a little hotter, maybe more steamier as we head into the weekend. Lows in the 70s, highs in the upper 80s, low 90s with occasional showers and thunderstorms, mainly firing up with the heat of the day in the late afternoon and early evening. So rinse and repeat forecast, no doubt about that. All right, let me add that back to the stage there. So things pretty quiet here on xtolmag.com/weather, the interactive radar. I do want to remind you that there is, hopefully we don't have to use this anytime soon, but on the interactive radar here that we have for you, there is a storm track layer. When you click on storm tracks, it's going to tell you where that storm is going. But there's a new feature with the storm track. It already shows you the rainfall rates, the storm speed, what the impacts are, where it's heading, timing it out, different addresses and things like that. But there is now a tornado detection. So if there is a tornado warning, it's going to go and zoom in on that rotation and give you those storm-specific details. So the new layer is going to be featured in here that might be useful to you. And this is going to be super easy where you can get it right on your phone, go to xtolmag.com/weather. There's two different areas where the interactive radar pops up. So if the TV goes out, the power goes out, hopefully your phone is still charged, hopefully you have the internet service, and then you can hop on and get even more tornado information. 90% accuracy with that EF2 or greater tornadoes right now. So this is going to be right here on the storm track layer. There'll be a tornado detection feature. So check that out. If we ever get you get that high risk or you get a tornado watch, just remember that's a feature there. Live look at the falls of the Ohio Foundation camera. Not seeing any folks out there this morning so far. Driftwood there. And again, just a shout out to Lions Roofing as we wrap up our bid at 10 this morning here at 10:32. Get your free estimate here at lionsroofingco.com. In Indiana, you call 812-294-3595, protecting your most valuable asset for a lifetime. And again, they worked hand in hand with Michael Long, my insurance agent, my mom's insurance agent, easy for me to say. So I definitely recommend Lions Roofing, but also Michael Long with AmFam. This is amfam.com/agents/Indiana/Bedford/Michael Long. He can help anybody in Indiana with insurance needs, whether that's auto, home. We've got the side-by-side on there. Might be different things. The cabin that I built, it's got insurance on it. So take a look at all the different products they have to offer there. He's got your back at 812-578-3072. That is Michael Long. Call to get a quote. A lot of job openings here at libspaving.com. There's the available employment opportunities, the biggest paving contractor around out of Floyd's Knobs. Great family there too. And get your certification, a 2-year certification here, which can get you a lot of high paying jobs out there. I mean, I encourage, that post-secondary education 100%, but do you necessarily need to go 4 years, 6 years at a huge school and spend a ton of money? Or can you get it done a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently, a lot more affordable? Take a look at the services that they have here. 42 different programs offered. Tomorrow is Tuesdays at the Tech. You get one-on-one help with registering for classes, learning more about their campus and the programs that they have there at Ivy Tech. They've actually got a lot going on. We're going to be featuring them and talking to them a lot more in the days ahead. So check them out there. Thanks to all of our partners. And again, xtolmag.com is where that interactive radar is, the new tornado detection, your 7-day forecast, our live stream right there. Head over to, if you can, to Extol Media on YouTube. You can see this red line right here. Just hit the subscribe button And then you'll know when we pop up. And this might not just be for the Ben at 10 that we do every morning, or Extol Unfiltered at 9 on Mondays, but also if I do long form coverage for our area, maybe it might be a few hours when we have a severe weather event, then you'll get notified and you maybe just see me pop up on your YouTube if you go there and subscribe. All right, we've got Robin Whitehead Titchener. Thank you for all your detailed forecasts. Thanks for tuning in. It's all about you guys and what you want to see, and I'm really for real about that. Drop in the comments if you're watching the replay if there's something I didn't touch on. Whatever it might be, wind or humidity or soil moisture or whatever it is. Maybe a long-range guess. This is your show, 100% here in Southern Indiana and beyond. So let me know what maps you might want to see. If you're missing out on anything, let me know about it. I can do some deep digging in a lot of different areas. We've got the tools and technology to do it right here in the Extol Media Studios. And so let me know. And also we can add that not only on this show, but also on the website, extolmag.com/weather. We can build that as big as you want to make it. And again, just drop it in the comments what you might want to see. Before we leave you, one last look out there. Not seeing any rain on the radar right now as things are pretty quiet, but we might get a little pop-up shower here and there later today. I'm about to skip out of here and see if I can catch up with Brady on a couple holes out there at Wooded View. I was just bringing up as well if you wanted to check one last look at the radar. It looks like showers right now are passing through Bowling Green, Western Kentucky, but dodging our area so far. Looks like maybe a sprinkle trying to get going up around Oldham County in Kentucky. Let me go ahead and bring up, before we completely wrap it up, the live radar sweep for our area. Yeah, so the live radar sweep, a little ahead of the radar and satellite. So there you go. In Oldham County and Henry County around Newcastle, you guys have a little tiny shower there down 146, Kentucky 146, just west of downtown Newcastle. You got a little tiny shower, a couple sprinkles there south of 71 in Oldham County, but most of our area is dry. We're starting to see a little stuff pop up, maybe a sprinkle here as well, just south of Milltown, there in Crawford County. Well, you're right on the Crawford and Harrison County line. Milltown's almost both. Crawford, Harrison County right there. Little tiny sprinkle, but not much happening. Most of our area is dry. So you may want to pack the umbrella just in case you get a little pop-up. All right, I'm feeling the back strain. Need to move it a little bit. We're going to stretch it out. We're going to stretch it out. Good luck, Brady, from Brady's grandma, Diana Peine. Thanks for tuning in, Diana. I don't know if you saw it Friday. I got to be live from their back deck up around northeast side of Indianapolis. So that was fun to be out there with my dad's fishing report. You can get that on the Friday edition, last Friday, Ben at 10. All right, any last comments before we wrap this show all the way up? Speaking of which, again, I got to go check out Brady and see if I can catch up to a couple holes here. They might be speeding right along, though. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to rattle it off one more time. Extol Weather on Facebook, Meteorologist Ben Peine on Facebook, Extol Media on YouTube, extolmag.com/weather. Thanks for liking, subscribing. Thanks for being with us this morning. Got some last bit of ice. Some Doan's pills work great. I've had some Advil so far. I haven't tried that. Also doing all that stretching as well. We're going to work on that back here over the next 24 hours. I hope it's in better shape tomorrow morning. We'll see on the Tuesday edition. Right smack in the middle of July. July the 15th is tomorrow. We'll see you then at the same time. Have a great Monday.